What if I told you that Africa is not poor because it lacks resources, but that Africa is poor because it has resources? And the global system was designed to keep it that way. There's a term that the global colonizers have come up with to describe Africa. They call it the resource curse. But let's be clear, Africa is not cursed. Africa is infected with a playbook, the colonizers' playbook that was engineered specifically to keep Africa poor and to keep the European colonizer wealthy. This playbook was refined to give birth to what's called neo-colonialism, but colonialism at large never ended. It just got rebranded through corporate flags and corporate logos. And it's enforced today through global trade, global finance structures, and Western-backed elites. Under this colonial rule, Europeans built economies on the backs of Africans. These economies, built on African resources, was meant to serve one purpose: extract the raw materials, export those materials, import the refined product back into Africa, and keep Africans dependent on their loans, on their religion, keep Africa underdeveloped and locked at the bottom of the value chain. This practice never ended. It's not that Africa can't develop. The globe won't let Africa develop. They actually incentivize Africa to not develop. So this resource curse that they speak of is a cycle. And the cycle itself is the Western companies plus the elites extract the oil, the cobalt, the gold, the rare earth minerals, the resources, and the people. Africa exports the raw materials. Western nations take those raw materials and refine them and sell them back to Africa for 10 times the amount. It's during the refining process that all the wealth is captured. The profits bypass the public, end up in offshore accounts in European vaults, and the local population, they get pollution, ecological devastation, displacement, unstable currencies, and political instability. With all that going on, that allows the colonizers to stay focused on mass extraction and mass exploitation. It's not a curse. It's colonization on Wi-Fi. Oil-rich Nigeria, for instance, loses $15 to $18 billion each year to illicit financial flows. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, the producer of up to 74% of the world's cobalt, loses, get ready for this, $24 trillion each year in mineral wealth. But it remains the poorest country on earth. How does that make any sense? Ghana's gold alone has financed Europe for hundreds of years, yet only 2% of that wealth remains in Ghana. This is not by accident. This is strategic, deception, thievery, policy. Everything in the global supply chain is meant to penalize Africa, to punish African countries for daring to refine their oil domestically, for daring to tax foreign corporations fairly, for daring to industrialize. Africa's so-called resource curse is just the colonizer's curse. It's a colonial curse. The real curse is about who controls the wealth, who controls the resources. The wealth is there. The resources are there. The talent is there. The capacity is there. The only thing missing is freedom from a global economic framework built on extraction, exploitation, dehumanization, human trafficking, and elite capture. So don't let anyone tell you that Africa is poor. Africa is being drained, and it's time to expose where the issue really is. It's time to expose this resource curse for what it really is. A global strategy, centuries in the making, designed to keep Africa rich in resources, but poor in power. Cope.